Hey guys, what's going on? So I just wanted to show you guys how I made these Princess Mononoke cosplays that me, Damien, and Cadence wore for the Great Philadelphia Comic-Con this past weekend in Oaks, PA. This was the kids' first Comic-Con and they had a full-blown blast. They loved it and they were so excited to go to more, and I was so happy bringing them and glad that they had a good time. So first thing first, we started with the mask. I had bought a wire strainer to paper mache a mask over top of it. You can get this anywhere, like at a dollar store, Bed Bath & Beyond, they're real cheap. And I used about 5 to 6 layers of a paper mache for the mask. You just want something kind of round. I mean, you could use like a cereal bowl or just something that will fit around your face. Then after that, I used air dry clay. Which you can buy air dry clay at Michael's, like in the kids section. It's super cheap and super affordable. I cut out holes, I rolled it out, and then I used some coils around, you know, the eyes and the mouth and the forehead, obviously. I painted it with just some regular acrylic paint, and then later I actually went back and distressed it with watered down black paint and then added black triangles with some paint. Super easy, but I was really happy with the way that that came out. Next up was the jewelry. I did the same technique with using the air dry clay. The big trick about the earrings, which I learned the hard way, was that you have to make them really, really thin and a little bit smaller than what you want it to be, just because they came out really, really heavy my first round ago. So this was actually the second type. And then for the parts that are on our forehead and our arms, I just used a ribbon and some sticky Velcro, and then I used the beads with air dry clay. Next up, I did a spear and the knife. I used a wooden dowel that I got at Michael's, and then I took 2 triangles off of a cardboard. I folded it in half and then taped it together, and then I used paper mache, but instead of using newspaper, I used toilet paper. And somebody in another DIY told me that it would give it this stone textured look. And I detailed it with a little bit of some red ribbon and some leftover fur, and obviously painted it the symbols that are on the spear and the knife with some red acrylic paint. After that, I then tackled the hood. I lined my hood, so I actually made 2 hoods and then sewed them together. And I just basically traced out a hoodie that I had laying around on top of the fabric. I bought about 2 yards of this fabric from Walmart, I think for like $20. And same thing for the cloak. I just used a tank top and traced it around and lined it. And then for the ears, I did the same technique that I did for the spear and the knife. I just took 2 triangles and painted it, and then I actually sewed it to the hood. That way the ears kind of moved and flopped around, and it looked really cute and funny, you know, if I wasn't wearing the mask and I like put it back. It looked really cute. It was like little dopey ears. For the dress and the apron, this technique I did was a bit of a stupid technique. So I bought an extra large plain navy blue t-shirt from Michael's, and then like a large white t-shirt also from Michael's, and I traced out a dress pattern on top of the t-shirt and then sewed the sides together. I mean, it fit fine, it worked fine. Would I have recommend you do this? No. I would advise to just made the dress from scratch or just look on Amazon for a navy blue dress. And the apron, that was fine. It wasn't a big deal because I ended up like cutting it and just dressing it with paint anyway. And then here is Cadence making her little costume. This is her making the mask. She paper mached the whole mask herself. We actually used a cereal bowl rather than the wire mask because the wire mask was a little bit too heavy, or excuse me, big around her face. I was really proud of the work that she did. She also made all of her jewelry herself, and all the painting of the mask and the jewelry she did herself as well. And I just did the same technique with the dress and the shirt for hers as well. So then, a week before Comic-Con, Damien says to me, "What am I gonna wear?" And I'm like, "Why don't you wear your Harry Potter costume you wore for Halloween?" He was like, "No, F that." So I mentioned Ashitaka, who's also from Princess Mononoke, and that he's like the hero of the story, and he's this badass arrow guy who rides around on this reindeer, and do you want to cosplay as him? And he was like, "Yeah, totally, let's do this," even though he's like never seen the movie. So I started with the hood. I used leftover red material that I had from my Harley Quinn cosplay, and I just did the same technique of putting a hood onto the fabric and tracing it out. I hemmed along the sides of it, and then the white teardrops, I used white felt fabric, and then I just made the mask with a rectangle piece, hemmed it, and then attached it with some Velcro. For the shirt, this was actually ingenious. My sister brought home an extra small scrub top that she has at her work. She works at a surgery center. And then all I did was buy like a dark blue fabric at Walmart for $5, I think, about a yard, and I traced a long sleeve shirt of Damien's on top of the fabric, and I attached it to the inside shoulder piece of the scrub top. For the pants, this was a win. I went to Ross, and actually in the ladies section, I found these pair of pants. I bought them in a small. Thank God this kid's like a big kid because they fit him perfect. I got rid of the zippers and I just sewed up the hole, and then I attached some blue leggings at the bottom of the pants. I think I cut them too to make them a bit shorter. And also, this was another win in the toy section at Walmart. For $7, I bought this plastic arrow, and I just spray painted it a dark red and attached some like extra red fabric around it. The belt, I used extra blue fabric, obviously, and then the pouch, I just used extra red fabric. I made like a circle and like a sewed in some brown felt fabric and put some beads on it to make it look fancy. Yeah, so this is the costume. Thank God this fit him. I made his costume in 3 days, and thank God it fit him. I'm just happy that it all worked out and that everybody had fun and everybody loved the costumes. We got a lot of compliments. People were just coming up to us and were like, I love these costumes, they were great, family goals. So if you guys want to see more of the creations that I come up with, let me know in the comment section below. I'm sorry about my raspy voice. I'm a little bit sick, but this was like the only time I could record this. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you. Bye!
That's why.
I know. Well, they have cool things. Everybody loves your outfit. And then you get to see everybody else's outfit.